Hey, what's up guys? Kess here. Today I wanted to make a quick guide on how to solo the question mark tier on the seasonal boss delve to get the Void Blimp. Now for this challenge, your item level and your brand level don't necessarily matter, but they will make things a little easier, especially in terms of the DPS check on the boss fight. For this, you want to make sure that your brand is as damage dealer, and then for your combat curio, the porcelain arrowhead idol is very important to the strategy that I used, as well as the amorphous relic for your utility curio. You don't want to pull the boss from the entrance of the arena, because Bran has the possibility of getting feared, running out of the arena, and then resetting the boss. So the best thing to do that I found was pull the boss from the side every single time. Once you pull the boss, because we are playing that arrow that goes through the boss and does damage, Bran's going to want to cast that instantly, so you might take 1 to 2 melees at the start. Honestly, it's different every time you pull the boss. There's a lot of RNG involved here. But you see the arrow go out, and then from here, literally all you want to do is focus on doing the mechanics. They're very, very simple. The first one's the frontal. Get out of it, dodge, don't get hit by it. The second one's going to be a ground AoE that'll fear you, but it won't even fear you because it's just going to one-shot you. The third is the regenerating carapace. Absolutely kick that every single time. That is going to be your kick. If that goes off, the boss will heal and this will take even longer. Now, the other one that's very important, it just got kicked there. It is a dot that goes on you, but it can be removed by any movement impairing removal, freedom. In my case, as a dev evoker, I just use deep breath to get out of it. You can stone form it, you can also dispel it, but it absolutely needs to get removed immediately because it will tick you down and kill you very fast. Now, the final and most important mechanic of the fight is the egg cocoons that the boss will spawn every so often. And this is where Bran's arrow ability really comes into play. What you want to do is line it up so that the arrow goes through the cocoon, pretty much one-shotting it, and then you finish it off with any damage globals that you need to. If that goes off, it spawns an ad that introduces another kick into the fight that if it goes off, you just die and restart again. And the unfortunate part of the fight, and you guys will learn this very quickly, is this is where a ton of Bran RNG comes into play. Not only does Bran's damage change pull to pull, but also the cooldown timing of his arrow being up when a cocoon spawns. You'll notice that that's very inconsistent. So sometimes you just go again and that's just the way the fight is. Once the boss reaches about 50 to 60%, he's going to go to the middle, do this Black Blood ability. Doesn't really do much. But from here, this is where you're actually going to want to do your own damage. And the way I approached this was once he kind of does his intermission stuff, there's going to be some ground effects and stuff you dodge. But as soon as you see the first cocoon after the 50% intermission, you're going to lust and use all of your damage cooldowns into that first cocoon, because what I found is quite often that Bran's arrow literally never lined up for this first cocoon here. So you see I'll just pop literally every button and I'm just going to go nuts on this cocoon here. Bran's arrow did end up spawning for me towards the end, but it was cutting it pretty close. And then from here, just DPS the boss, dodge the floor mechanics, dodge the frontals, all of that stuff, but focus on the cocoons and focus on the kick. Now, this part in the fight as well, as you see here, Bran could die in some of your runs. You can heal through him throughout the fight. He is going to spawn back and keep doing damage, but the scary part here is that you are going to get threat. So you'll see that I'm kind of just kiting out the boss here, and honestly, I cut it pretty close at the end, but this is basically the whole fight. It's super easy. Focus on killing the cocoons and surviving. Do not worry about your damage, and then hold your cooldowns and lust for the first cocoon after the intermission. And pretty easy fight. Takes a couple attempts, is some RNG involved, but once you get it down, you're going to get your nice Void Mount, and you can rock it around the city. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any tips in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.